I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, guys? We are back with another episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 9, Episode 2, entitled No Witness, No Protection. I'm your host, Tyra Prude, and I have my lovely co-host joining me to break down this episode, Ebony. Say hey, girl.
Yeah.
And we have Elgin also.
What's up, y'all?
And we're it's just three of us today, but you know, we have a jam-packed show for you guys. So we have to talk about Karlie Redd's funeral that she had for her marriage. We got to talk about Alexis Skye's confrontation with Karlie Redd, that whole crazy madness that's been going on. We got to get into LightskinKeisha. She's officially on the show and she has drama already. And then we also have to talk about Karlie and Sierra and this whole feud that they have now. So before we dive into it, we also have news and we have a special segment. It's a work in progress, so bear with us. And we have predictions. So first, what are you guys' overall thoughts?
I don't know. I like this episode. I still feel like it's kind of like a lot of things being set up in terms of the plot for the course of this season. But I think there was a lot of good interactions this particular episode. So I'm really excited for what's going on in the next one as well.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think that the whole season's about to be wild. When we did like the season overview, we have wigs being snatched and I'm excited to see it. This episode was it was dramatic and I think we're building up to, you know, the big boom. I feel like
I thought this episode screamed dramatics, okay, with the fake, with the funeral of the death of her marriage, to her and Sierra fighting at the end, to LightskinKeisha rolling in with drama. Like, I agree, it was filled with drama, but it's a setup to even more drama, which is kind of scary at the same time. But let's go ahead and just talk about Karlie Redd and this funeral. Okay, I predicted this last week. I said that it was gonna be some mess. I knew it was not gonna be a real dead person, and it was not. What did y'all think about her whole ending of her marriage? Did she go too far with that?
Well, you know, I think last time I was saying, like, what the heck is she got on, especially if she's going to a funeral. But it was, I kind of knew, like, once the episode started, I was like, oh no, this is about to be some mess. This is about, like, I didn't see not one eye, like, no, there was nobody in the casket, and that was just too dramatic, if you ask me. Like, I'm all for the dramatics, but that was too much.
Yeah. I thought it was extra. It was funny when they had the close up and she had the tears, but that, you know, I spotted that she got a little lip fillers in there as well. But you know, besides that, it was a little bit too extra. She was grabbing evidence out the casket and everything.
Out the casket, y'all. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the prostitute. So apparently, her ex-husband or whatever they are now, Maurice, she caught him with the prostitute, and he said that wasn't his house. Okay, so does that still mean you weren't cheating? I'm confused. Like, I just did not understand that.
Right. And I thought it was funny because, I mean, you cannot really ask Rasheeda for marriage advice considering she'd been through the ringer with her man. So I was like,
considering,
Rasheeda, okay. You know what I'm saying? Because Rasheeda was like, oh, you know, it just depends on how much you want to put up with. I was like, you've been through a whole lot. You've been putting up with
through a lot. Yeah. But you know what? And that's why I feel like Karlie felt that she can confide in Rasheeda because she's been through a lot. And surprisingly, I thought Rasheeda, well, first of all, let's just talk about Rasheeda. Rasheeda she's a good friend, because if my friend acted a fool at my 20th anniversary, like how she did, I would not be in the car with her on her way to divorce court with her. I would not. I don't know. That's just me. Yeah. But yeah, I was surprised that Rasheeda didn't help her fight for her marriage. She was really quick to like assist her at the divorce, whatever they had. But seeing that Rasheeda has been through a lot, you would think that, I don't know, she would be the one to be like, I did it. I was good. I've been in dark places. I can help you overcome this. I don't know. What were you guys' opinion on her just role with, I don't know, soothing Karlie Redd?
Yeah, that was kind of confusing because I feel like those two on all of Love and Hip Hop history, they should be able to bond the most, because Rasheeda, she's been with someone that's been with 8 other people at the same time and also had a kid. And then you got Karlie Redd, who's been with like 7 people, and that didn't work out. So I kind of feel like they should have bonded over some mutual type of thing. But yeah, Rasheeda's been through a lot in her marriage, and I feel like Karlie has not been through enough in that particular marriage to just want to leave. So I feel like Rasheeda should have tried to tell her like, hey, maybe you should work it out. But she just kind of dipped out. I feel like that wasn't being a good friend, being through all the stuff that you experienced in your marriage, and she hasn't even been through a quarter of it.
Right. You don't think she was a good friend?
I mean, she all right. I mean, she want to be with her friend after 2:00 because that husband say she can't go nowhere after 2:00. So they want their friend back. But
Lord,
I guess she's being I'll say she's being a good friend because they did say the dude was being a little bit aggressive towards her. So I feel like that's something that you should get out immediately anyway. So
yeah, I agree. I think it obviously just depends on how much the guy's really like willing to work it out. So Rasheeda's husband maybe seems more apologetic, even though he keeps messing up, but like continues to still want to stay in that marriage. As to like maybe Maurice is just kind of like out here not caring as much. So that could also be like a factor as to like why she's like, quick to get the divorce with her little quickie marriage that no one knew about.
Yeah. Well, okay. Speaking of Karlie and her marriage and her man, we got to talk about Alexis Skye and that whole situation. So, I mean, as we know, her and Alexis had beef. They got into an altercation at Rasheeda and Kirk's 20th anniversary. And we got some new like juice about the situation. So apparently, Karlie Redd's husband, Maurice, owes Alexis Skye's family money, and then this whole thing of how they tried to fight them while they were shopping, and Karlie got held at gunpoint by Alexis people. So they had this conversation and they talked about it. They talked it out. Did you guys expect it to go as well as it did? First of all, I was just crying at the fact that she had her come to a boxing ring. Like you, like what? Like I don't know.
With a full face of makeup. Okay.
You know what?
I said she had a full face. Full face.
Well, there always be. I mean, Mama Dee
they wake out of bed
after her surgery. So. But yeah, so what were you guys' opinion on the whole like confrontation thing with Alexis and Karlie?
I wanted them to fight, if I'm being honest. That's what I was ready for. I was ready for that confrontation, but it was kind of hilarious in the beginning where they had their hands up like something was about to pop off still, but they wasn't too sure. But I think it was a good conversation that probably needed to be had. I still feel like Karlie Redd was still being shady though throughout the whole confessional.
Of course.
And it's kind of cool to see Alexis try to be mature, other than her moments on Love and Hip Hop, which says differing. Well, it's different from what she usually tries to be. So that was good.
Yeah, I just honestly think that Alexis Skye needs to like find a hobby. I'm sorry. I just cannot with her. Like, what exactly does she even do? I don't know. And so
this is what she does.
Which is what? Twerking on the ground? What's she doing? She's not doing nothing.
Oh my God. With the whole like fight thing though, I did see a different side of Alexis. Like when we saw her at the party, she just seemed like she was about that life. Like she was ready to, throw some hands. And at the boxing ring, she was just like, oh, I know you're older, so I just want to respect and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, this is weird.
Well, she did say that she was sober, that she was drunk at the party. So she had some Hennessy. So, that brown liquor be doing too much for people. So now that she was sober, I think she was able to kind of like bring it back and be nice and like understand the magnitude of the situation. Like it's really never that serious. And the fact that Karlie shared such a personal story about like being held at gunpoint and like robbed, I think that was insane. I mean, it's with everything, there's always extra drama. So it's almost like, did that happen? Like what? But I mean, at the same time, it's like, if that's your testimony, then it's like, if you're saying it happened, then it's like, we have no other reason to believe that it, didn't happen.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I thought that I'm happy that they were able to squash the beef, and it looks like they can be friends, or well, according to Karlie Redd, they'll be cordial. But you know, it's good that they were able to, you know, I don't know, hash out their differences. But Ebony, would you like to let the viewers know of how they can keep up with us on YouTube?
Of course, you guys, since we are unable to be in the studio because of the coronavirus, we are here on Zoom. And so we appreciate you guys sticking with us through this and making us the ESPN of TV talk. We enjoy what we do, enjoy talking about our shows, our favorite TV shows, our favorite characters. We do that because of you and your support. So please continue to do so, even through this difficult time. Hopefully this is a good, joyous part of your day. So please continue to stay tuned, like, subscribe, and comment, be in our live chat. We love to interact with you. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys. Okay, we have to talk about LightskinKeisha, and we have to talk about the whole drama with Bambi. Okay, first of all, I was last week, I was opposed to LightskinKeisha joining Love and Hip Hop cast. I feel like she doesn't need this as clout. However, I personally think she's a good addition to the show now. I don't know, just watching her, like, she just fit right in. I don't know if you guys like noticed that, but to me, she fit right in. So, I mean, unfortunately, it's drama, but I was excited to see that, you know, she was there. But yeah, so her whole thing with Bambi, so she's introduced to the show, and we see that she's dating Coca Bang, I think that's how you pronounce his name, and apparently she has beef with Scrappy about a song. Then come to find out, Scrappy stays away from her because Bambi doesn't like her because she allegedly took Bambi's friend's man. Okay, it's a whole lot. Like, she walks in with so much drama. I don't know. What were y'all opinions on that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think Love and Hip Hop does a really great job with their casting, because I think they figure out ways on how someone is like extra intertwined with other storylines, so it's not like some random person coming in. So I do think she fits right into the cast. I think she's a good addition, because I think Bambi's very subdued lately, like in the past couple of seasons, since like she's been married and like had a baby. So like this will amp her back up and kind of give her more of like a storyline. So I think, you know, money maker. I think that's great. Yeah, I think the whole situation is a whole lot. Of course, she's like stealing somebody's man. I think Bambi's being a good friend though, by having her friends back and kind of going to bat for her friend, you know, kind of being like, I don't like you because you know, girl code, you violated it. I'm into it. I'm kind of into the storyline.
What about you, Elgin?
Yeah, I have to agree with what you said about LightskinKeisha, that she's really a good fit in the show, because she does give me that, like, she's about to fight everybody on the show vibe, which I don't think that's a good thing for her, though. Yeah, she's ready, but I'm like, you don't want that to go on your record in terms of like trying to go in the entertainment industry. But I guess if that's what you want to do, then that's cool. I'm more so interested to see how, when she goes at Bambi, what will Coco Pina Colada, what's his name? Coco?
Coca, let's just call him Coca until we figure out how to completely pronounce his name.
Pronounce it. So I want to see that interaction in Scrappy, because I feel like if all four of them are in the same room, like, what's gonna pop off? So, and I feel like the last time I saw a Scrappy fight was with Stevie J on TV. So,
yeah,
well, I don't know how that's gonna go.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm a fan of LightskinKeisha, so I hope she will continue to hold her own, and she will use this show as, you know, a stepping stone and not get mixed up in the drama. However, it looks like she's already in the mix of the drama, so we're just gonna have to see how that unfolds. But yeah, also what is unraveling, Karlie Redd and Sierra's relationship is just going downhill. So Sierra has court. First of all, Sierra has court and Shooter shows up, but does not go in. That was petty, or do y'all feel him? Like,
that was petty. That was so petty. It's like,
oh, you thought it was petty?
Yes, I feel like, because he said he already wasn't gonna go in, before.
Right.
So like that's I can see how it's not petty, but from her, I can see also from Sierra's perspective of that being petty, because you already said that you're not going in there. So what's the point of you parading around outside if you're not coming in to do the actual cause of the whole situation that she's there for in the first place? I feel like that's just being extra being there if you're not there to get, you know, to the bottom of it, which is testifying in court on her behalf. So.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
I get that, and I
extremely petty. Okay, what's your opinion, Ebony? Because it seems like you don't think it was petty.
No, I mean, I don't think it was petty, but I do think if they were on better terms, maybe that would have been like a nice gesture. I think the fact that they were kind of like, she was already like, they already were fighting last episode, and then he does that. I think it left a bad taste in her mouth, so she kind of was like not for him, like, period. But I mean, all in all, I do think that like it was a nice gesture to even have, because he said he wasn't going to go in, but to even show up to be like, I'm here to support you, even though I don't want to testify because I don't want to be a snitch. And I, you know, whatever your hood life is like you don't want to portray that. So it's like, I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I have to agree with Elgin though. I think it was extremely petty. Like it was really like a tease. Like you should just not have shown up. Like knowing how Sierra is and knowing just like her demeanor, her personality, what made you think she was gonna be okay with you just showing up like that? Like I thought that was extremely it was so mean. But
that's what emails are for.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could have sent her a text. You could have just texted her and been like, no, I'm sorry that I can't be there, but I wish you the best of luck in court. Not show up and tease her thinking you're about to, you know, go on the stand.
Like
what? So I don't know. But
I get that. I was being too nice, huh?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's your opinion. If that's what you feel, yes, but I think that was extremely too nice. But so Karlie Redd. Karlie attempts to come, but she's extremely late. She claims that she was in the courtroom and that what's her name? Sierra gave her the wrong courtroom to go to. Do you think these were all excuses, or like, do you agree that maybe the person who slipped something in Sierra's ear saying that Karlie just didn't want to go, or do you think she genuinely was trying to be there but was just tardy for the party? Elgin, what is that face?
Oh no, it's not too many rooms you can go to in a courthouse now. Like you could at least go to the front desk and be like, just see it. You know the location of Sierra's, court case, yada yada yada. Like you can't be walking around a courthouse and not knowing where you're going. But,
I mean, that's bad. If she ain't been to the courthouse, she probably didn't know. What is your opinion, Ebony?
I feel like Karlie had the best intentions, but my thing is this: when Sierra called her and she was like, oh, I'm about to drop my son off at school, and Karlie's like, oh, I'm getting myself together. Getting yourself together, girl, you should have been ready. Like you should have left way earlier.
I thought the same thing. And did you see Sierra's face? Like she low-key kind of paused too when she was like, I'm getting myself together. Like she kind of paused and she was like, oh, well, we dropping such and such off at school. Like, but I was like, why are you just now leaving? Like, I mean, just
like she was in the bed.
Yeah,
right.
She sounded like she just woke up.
I personally think I agree. I think that it was it was an excuse, because you knew you have to plan properly. We all have the Waze app. We all know what to do. You see what time you got to be there and you plan and prepare accordingly. So I don't know. I don't. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe she had a rough night before, but I feel like if that's your friend, you would make sure that you show up on time. You should have been calling her, like, I'm on my way. Are you there? Like, like, I'm helping you.
You should have been there. You should have been there 30, 40 minutes early. It shouldn't have been, let me call you now when your court case is about to start. You're not answering your phone, and now I'm stressed. No, it shouldn't have been none of that. No.
I'm like, it's LAX. Get to the airport at two hours before. I'm getting to that courthouse 2 hours before. Like, and this is your friend.
Even if I'm at LAX. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, we see it didn't go well. Sierra, she's celebrating now that her court date has gotten pushed, and she has this like shopping day, and then she has this party, like just celebrating her freedom for now. And Karlie shows up, and she pretty much confronts her, and it turns into this complete fight because they have a disagreement about it. Karlie tells her that she was really trying to be there. Then she overheard Rasheeda talking about Stevie J and this whole thing. And then it ends with them fighting. Like, I just think it could have been handled a different way. And if they're friends like how they say they are, I feel like you should just be able to take your friend's word, right? I don't know.
I'm not letting nobody mush me in the face.
Listen.
like it's like you mushed her. You couldn't even hear her. Just give her enough of respect just to hear her. You gonna mush her like out your face.
Yeah, it was like, is this your friend?
Yeah,
I don't know.
But I did understand.
Yeah.
I don't know what Sierra, like she was saying that Karlie makes stuff about her all the time. I did catch that because she did try to flip the whole entire situation.
But to be fair, Rasheeda had a point. To be fair, they're both like, that's why I feel like they just need to simmer and they just need to recollect, because Karlie is dealing with her own stuff at the same time. And then, you know, Sierra's dealing with her. So at this point, it's kind of just like, it's the battle of whose situation is more important. And I think they both just need to consider everyone's circumstances and just be friends. Like, just understand.
I feel like it's like we said before, like it was just poor planning. Like if Karlie felt like she's going through too much and can't be there for Sierra, then she should have just bowed out gracefully and just not done it. So then it could have just avoided a whole lot of extra drama, you know, to be like, hey, I'm going through X, Y, and Z. I can't like put myself in another position to be stressed because I'm already stressed enough. There's that, but I do feel like Sierra, first of all, you have your lawyer at the party and you're going to go ahead and like get into a fight. And like right before you did that, you like, I don't want to catch another case. They'll make me catch another case. And then
but you throw the girl,
like, and your lawyer's right there. Like I don't have time for that. Like she should have walked away. Like Karlie Redd Karlie Redd, she should have, this is the problem with her. She always is in the wrong and she does crazy things, says crazy, reckless stuff, and then never takes responsibility when someone confronts her. So then when they confront her, then she wants to get defensive. And it's like, at the end of the day, she should have just taken what Sierra said with a grain of salt because Sierra was pissed and left. Like she should have just left.
They just need to communicate. Like we know that they have not been friends. Bambi has kind of stepped in for Sierra. Karlie has kind of just been dealing with her issues on her own. So it was just lack of communications on all parts, from with what they both were dealing with, from at what time clearly to show up to court, to just everything. It's just a lot of miscommunication going on.
So, okay, wait. So if Bambi is so close to Sierra, why isn't Bambi testifying on Sierra's behalf?
Well, because I don't think Bambi was
there.
I don't know. In the comments, you guys let us know, but I don't think Bambi was there.
You're saying like, at the funeral?
No, at the funeral where she allegedly hit the baby mama or whatever happened. So it's just a lot, guys. But I don't know. I'm excited to see what is going to go down next week and how they're going to fix this up altogether, because it's a lot. It's a mess. It's a lot. But let's go ahead and just get into some news and gossip. So Elgin, what do you have?
And now your AfterBuzz TV news.
Yes. Okay, what's the news?
All right. So Sierra, she got on live a couple of days ago in the middle of production while she was doing her green room confessionals, and she just made a video out of nowhere and said that Love and Hip Hop has halted production because of the Rona, aka the coronavirus. So I don't think there's gonna be some Love and Hip Hop.
How are we gonna survive?
I need to
know the drama. We need all the drama.
Wow.
Yeah.
So apparently everything is halting due to this virus. Well, I mean,
that's another reason for y'all to stay home.
Right. That's a part of the news and gossip. Everybody stay home. As you can see, we're in our homes. Just stay home. Well, let's just go ahead and get into our special segment then. Let's just call it Hotlanta. Who brought the heat on this episode in Hotlanta? Ebony, who do you think brought it?
Who brought the heat? I'm gonna say Karlie Redd because she definitely came with the most dramatics, the most attitude, the most entitled,
everything,
energy. So I'm gonna go Karlie Redd.
What about you, Elgin?
Okay, I'm gonna say LightskinKeisha. And
yes!
I'm gonna say she brought that undertone. Like she brought to really, you can just tell someone vibe, like they just can pop off at any time. Like I caught that on screen. I'm like, yeah, she about to make some people mad.
She about to shake the table like K. Michelle.
Yeah. And I said last show, I said she got squirrel qualities. I mean squirrel qualities as if she might just get ratchet. She might turn up on somebody. So I think LightskinKeisha brought the heat today on that episode.
Yes, that was a good one. Who did I think brought the heat this episode? I'm gonna say Rasheeda. Because she showed up as a friend regardless of what happened at her anniversary, regardless of just anything. She was there for Karlie Redd during this hard time. And because, Sierra at least has Bambi, it doesn't look like it doesn't look like Karlie has anyone. So I think Rasheeda brought the heat. She is showing that she is the mature person in every situation that she, gets into. So I'm going to say it's Rasheeda. Do we have predictions for next week?
Rasheeda might be pregnant again. Now let me stop.
No.
I feel like they're gonna get. I'm sorry, I had to. I feel like they're gonna give us that first big fight maybe next episode. So, and maybe introduce a new person. We'll see.
Okay.
What about you? Like it because Bambi about to go crazy. Bambi's about to go crazy for the next episode, calling Keisha a hood squirrel. She said a hood squirrel, which I am. I cannot wait for this episode.
I can't wait.
I cannot wait. I feel like whatever the issue is with Bambi and LightskinKeisha, that it's gonna escalate to the boys, their guys.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
My prediction. I'm just gonna have to agree with Elgin. LightskinKeisha is about to set this show off. Okay, at this point, she's low key what the show has been missing this whole time. So, I think it's gonna be, I think it's just getting ready to get spicy, and I'm excited to see how this fight is gonna end between Sierra and Karlie, and we're just gonna have to see.
I just want.
Yeah,
just one more.
Okay, guys. Well, that's a wrap for our recap. Where can we find you guys on social?
Yes, well, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at EbonyChapman12.
And you could find me on Instagram at Elgin_22.
Yes, and you guys can find me on all social media platforms at Tyra Prude Official. You guys stay safe, stay home, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.
See you guys.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.